What's up, everybody, and welcome to the September edition of Picking Up the Crap, my series to look at the hardware and software sales for the North American NPD video game market. Once again, I like to state that these are not official numbers, but sheer estimates given to people who do have access to the official NPD numbers. Here are your hardware positions for the month of September 2013. The number one overall piece of hardware was the Nintendo 3DS. The number one selling home console for the month of September was the PlayStation 3. At number 2, the Xbox 360. At number 3, the Nintendo Wii U. And at number 4, the PlayStation Vita. Here are your top 10 best-selling games for the month of September 2013 by position. Once again, I only have estimates on the overall volume they sold, but I will present those later. At number 1, Grand Theft Auto 5. Number 2, Madden NFL 25. Number 3, NBA 2K14. Number 4, Diablo 3. Number 5, FIFA 14. Number 6, an exclusive, Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 Remix, PS3. Number 7, Disney Infinity. Number 8, NHL 14. Number 9, another exclusive, Minecraft 360. And number 10, Saints Row 4. It's now time to go public. In this segment, I'd like to share with you the guesstimates for the hardware and software numbers. These numbers were gathered from NeoGAF, thanks to reporters Cream Sugar and JVM. These are guys who have access to the numbers, and they do their best at giving us hints without getting in trouble with the NPD. So thank you guys for the numbers, and now I can present them to you. Like I was saying, these are sheer estimates, but they are close to what the official number should be. In our first segment of Going Public, let's look at the hardware numbers for September 2013. We do know overall that the Nintendo 3DS was the best-selling piece of hardware for the month. Yet, there has not been no exact information released about the hardware itself, how much it sold. So right now we are guessing that it had to sell at least above 216,000 systems. We came up with that number due to the fact that the PlayStation 3 was the best-selling hardware, the best-selling home console for the month of September, and it sold around 216,000 systems, somewhere in there. The PlayStation 3 was the best-selling home console for September, thanks to the power of the Grand Theft Auto 5 bundle they had released during the month. A lot of people went out there and bought this bundle because they wanted the game, especially if you didn't already currently own a PS3. So, if you were one of the people, myself included, I didn't buy one, but I was on the verge. I wanted to play that game so bad, and I wanted to get maybe a PS3 because it has free online to be able to play it. So, I guess a lot of people went out there and buy it. And with the numbers we have, around 216,000 people were willing to pick up a new PS3 with the Grand Theft Auto 5 to play that game. Just to cool down the fanboy flames, let the drones, not get overzealous about things. This is the first time the PlayStation 3 has outsold the Xbox 360 in 32 months. Okay, the last time the Xbox 360 outsold by a console was December 2010 by the Wii. So this whole time, this whole generation within the North American market, the PlayStation 3 has hardly ever outsold the Xbox 360. That's why in the United States alone, the Xbox 360 has almost like a 15, almost 20 million lead when it comes to hardware sold, console sold. Without a doubt, the Xbox 360, the Microsoft brand, is the American brand, is the United States brand currently in this generation. And if Sony wants to retake the industry, take back what they feel is theirs with the PS4, they're going to have to convert Xbox 360 owners into getting the PS4. We'll have to see starting next month if that would happen. The PS4 has a great price for a console, but still, the Xbox brand is about certain games and it's about Xbox Live. And until you can trump those games and that That system, that online capability. I don't care what you do. You're not going to get people to just jump ship like that. But we will see. Next, we have the Xbox 360, which is guesstimated to have sold around 179,000 systems. The Xbox 360 is a year older than all other consoles on the market, and it's still selling pretty well. Like I said, it was the NPD monthly leader for 32 straight months. The last time not being the best-selling home console in the United States was when the Nintendo Wii outsold it in December 2010. The Xbox 360 is also the lead console when it comes to software being sold. A majority of the games released this last month were sold on the 360. They were so it was the lead platform when it came to what version got bought the most. And for the year, the Xbox 360 has sold 1.6 million consoles. And while this number doesn't seem that great when you look at it from a 12-month standpoint, I'll show you in a moment why this is actually pretty impressive. Now we have the Wii U, which on a month-to-month scale had an increase of hardware sales by 200%. Last month, the Wii U sold around 31,000 systems, and this month it's guesstimated to sold around 95,000 systems. This is behind the back of the newly released Zelda Wind Waker bundle and price reduction in the bundle by $50. While in the big picture of things, 95,000 is not impressive. You would expect at least to sell over 100,000, but when you look at the state of the Wii U in America, how the console has pretty much been just floating around, pretty much just waiting to die, to be honest with you, this is a good sign. Now, hopefully, the Wii U in the coming months can use this and build momentum. If any issue I really have with this somewhat moral victory is the fact that the software sales of the Wii U did increase. People who bought this bundle strictly bought it for the Zelda Wind Waker HD remake, and then maybe to get the new console, the black console with the Zelda designs on it. Increase of software didn't happen, especially with several games that were released also at the same time period. Didn't see any really major increases in software sold. Last thing I want to say about the whole Wii U situation, to this day, the Xbox 360 has outsold you for the year. The Xbox 360 has sold 1.6 million consoles in North American market. That is still more than Wii U sold in North America. So the Wii U is at a state that it needs to change. It needs to get better, and we need to see vastly great improvement during the upcoming months. This is the go time of the console year. This is when people buy consoles, people buy software, and the Wii U need to see major improvement, more than 200%. I'm talking about 500%. I'm talking about 700%. It needs to sell really well. Last but not least is the PlayStation Vita, which also received a price reduction and a bundle in the Killzone Mercenary bundle that was released last month. With all that, the PlayStation Vita sold under 40,000 systems last month. The Vita is in a Wii U situation, is a brand new console, is a successor to a previous console from a previous generation with new features, more powerful console, new games. Yet it is yet to find any kind of interest when it comes to the gaming market. Gamers are not just flocking to it. Even supposedly fans of that console before it, they're not going out to buy this console. And no matter what they do, it seems like it's not going to ever sell. Sony's only hope is that people who want the Vita will buy it because they got the PS4, and Sony's whole plan to have the Vita as a additional controller, try to pull off the whole remote play Wii U gamepad experience. I'm not sure if it'll work because the PlayStation 4 plus the Vita makes it pretty good expensive number. A pretty nice price, especially if what we're seeing with some of the games currently, the whole remote play is still just not Wii U quality. As of right now, this is the only thing the Vita has going for it that keeps it on the market, that keeps it on the shelves, because people are not buying it for what it is. They need to buy it for something else they can do, something else it could be. Now for the second part of going public, I want to look at the software side of things when it comes to the guesstimations of the games sold for the month. Overall, the software was up 52% for the industry. The industry was up 50% when it comes to software. This is due to the number one game of the month, Grand Theft Auto 5, which combined on the PS3 and the Xbox 360, according to our inside sources, have sold around 7,250,000 copies of the game. That's including the bundles and all that other stuff. So, guesstimation wise, around 7.2 million of these games were sold. The lead platform or choice was the 360, with the 360 selling about 4 million out of the 7 million, and the PS3 having the remainder, about 3 million or something like that. So, Microsoft did a good thing getting that exclusive content in Grand Theft Auto 4 early in the generation. It's now, in a way, has become the lead console for the Grand Theft Auto series. But then you look at it, there are so many more 360 sold in the North American market, and and out of all that, only 1 million people more bought the game at launch. So the PS3 is still in there for the franchise, but still, in its first month, it sold more on the 360. The next two games, Madden 25, NBA 2K14, sold below 725,000 copies. Madden was second, and then NBA 2K was third, and it's sold somewhere in about 500,000 copies. So it's all in that range. A drop off from Grand Theft Auto 5. People wanted GTA 5 more than anything, and so they went and picked it up, and then everything else was just pretty much there. This is a major surprise. The Kingdom Hearts 1.5 HD Remix collection that came out. It sold around 275,000 copies on the PS3 alone. Now, for a long time, Kingdom Hearts fans been wanting a new console version of the game. And despite the side stories on the PSP and the 3DS and the DS, this is the first one they've got in many years, since Part 2. And as you can see, it's late in the console generation, it's late overall, but it's sold pretty well. I consider that a pretty good number for an exclusive game in this current industry in this month. I mean, with GTA 5 coming out, nothing should have sold anything, to be honest with you. But people still went about this game. So it's clear to see that there are still fans out there of the Kingdom Hearts franchise, and they prefer to have it on a Sony console, and they prefer to have a console version of the game. At number 8, we have another exclusive, the Minecraft for 360. This game is now sold over 1 million copies at retail. This is after it being on Xbox Live for download. This is after it's being on PC and everything. 1 million copies at retail this year. And we're not even hitting the holiday season yet. So this game could explode even more. But it's been NPD for the past 3 months now. That's pretty impressive for a exclusive game. Especially a game that's not about, violence and sex and, like what you call hardcore. So very, very impressive for that franchise. Here are some little tidbits from the past month. First and foremost, the newly released Killzone Mercenaries for the PlayStation Vita has been guessed to sold around 41,000 copies. Not impressive, especially for an exclusive title on this console, which is probably the best game on the console when it comes to game design and just what it takes advantage of the system. The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD, if you include the bundles and the 2 days, the single copy that was sold at retail, the disc copy was sold at retail, you count those 2 days because they only count 2 days within last month's MPD. The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker has sold around 123,000 copies. So that's including the bundle sold already, plus the 2 days it had for the retail disc copy. Not digital, not the digital release, the retail release. 120,000 copies. That's pretty impressive for a Wii U game. Next, we had the delayed release of Rayman Legends. At one time, an exclusive game for the Wii U, due out in February, now released on all consoles last month. And as we all know, everybody bought GTA 5 and nothing else. It is estimated that Rayman Legends sold around 70,000 copies at retail, with the Wii U being the best-selling copy, the best-selling version of the game. Moving on to another exclusive game that was released last month, The Wonderful 101 for the Nintendo Wii U. Unfortunately, like everywhere else, like other regions, this game bombed in the US market as well, selling maybe 20,000 copies, on the Wii U in North America. I do understand there was no advertising for the game, no commercial. Nintendo really didn't promote the game at all. And I understand it's a niche title, but still, an exclusive title on a console that needs games, on a console where gamers who own the console say they want to play new games, new fresh ideas. This game bombed, and it's very upsetting, but it is what it is. But I will say this though. I'm worried about Bayonetta 2. And here for the sole reason why. If you don't like the way Platinum games are designed, then why are you gonna like Bayonetta? Her sex appeal alone can't sell the game for you. I mean, I know some guys are hard up and everything, but you're not gonna buy a game just because the character's a woman and she's getting naked and everything. You buy the game because you enjoy the action, you enjoy the gameplay. And if you felt that Wonderful 101 was a button smasher, it wasn't. It was too weird for you. It was too complex for you. How you gonna get into that game? So in essence, Nintendo is betting on guys who enjoy the game who own the other consoles to jump ship than buy Wii U for the game. And as you can see right now, they're not buying the Wii U at all. Hell, Nintendo gamers, so-called Nintendo fans, are not buying the Wii U right now. So I'm worried about Bayonetta 2 because as you can see on the Wii U as right now, using 101 as an example, there's really no place for this style of gameplay, for this type of game design. If it's hard, if it's complicated, if you gotta grind it out and figure it out, people don't want to do that right now. So that's just my opinion. And here's the last bit of information I want to say, just to show you how the industry has currently changed in the market when it comes to the casual market, when it comes to the mobile gaming market, how it's pretty much has just fractured and is destroying the current gaming industry. The Wonderful 101 sold about 20,000 copies at retail. The lifetime sales of the Brain Edge concentration training for the 3DS, the successor to the very popular, very huge, successful Brain Edge series on the DS. The Wonderful 101 has outsold that. A franchise that sold millions upon millions of copies a generation ago has now topped out at below 20,000 copies. So gamers, Nintendo fans, whatever. A market we had to come in to help sustain our hobby, what we enjoy, they moved on to something else, and it's without a doubt, a fact. They move on to something else, and unless our current game designers, our current console developers find a way to get them back, expect low numbers for everything. There's only so many millions of people who are actually hardcore, true gamers, active gamers. And amongst them, they're picking and choosing what they want to buy, depending on how they feel, depending on how good the game is, depending on the price. And if we ain't got no new blood coming in, and if we ain't reaching out to other markets and other communities to play our hobby, then expect our hobby to, just kind of close in on itself. Well, that's it for this month's episode of Picking Up the Crap. I plan to do a special soon where I look at and give my expectations for the coming holiday season. So look forward to that. And until then, I'll see you next month. So take care. Peace.